Welcome to, well, my video. Double D's top 10 figures that I would, well, if I acquired, I would consider my collection complete. Well, not really just figures, there's also play sets, but you get the point. So we'll just jump right in and get right to it. Also, these are in no particular order. Sorry, I forgot to mention that the first time. And again, I apologize also for the glare. Joshua Chamberlain from Sideshow Toys, I believe it was. I haven't been able to find much information on it. I've only seen the picture, and it's been a few years since I've seen that. But Joshua Chamberlain is, well, a personal hero of mine. He's just an awesome man who lived a great life, and every Mainer should be proud of. And I've always wanted this figure since I've seen it back in the late 90s, I think it was. But like most figures, it's way out of my price range. $20 ain't going to get this bad boy. But it's a good figure. I have the picture down there in the corners. That's why I keep looking there. It's got a really nice lightness and a nice cloth clothing. Cloth clothing. That's just stupid. Anyways, yeah, Joshua Chamberlain. Now this one is, as you can see, a group of action figures. There's a few of those on here like this. It's just easier. These ones are the Reign of the Superman from, well, the Death of Superman story arc. One of my favorite comic story arcs. Some people don't like it, but I do. It was really movement, and of course, yes, when I started reading that was before I realized that, hey, they kill heroes every week and bring them back. Anyways, I keep saying anyways a lot, which is really freaking annoying. Sorry. The figures, of course, consist of Superboy, the clone, the Eradicator Superman, the Cyborg Superman, not, the basic cyborg look. Some of them have not done it very well. I like the original because it had more of a mechanical look, not a reimagining. And of course, Steel, who just looks awesome. And I can't remember who put them out, but it's a great line and they look really nice. And anyone would be proud to have them in your collection. Now, I do have some versions of like Steel because he came out in that really bad mullet Superman action figure line in the 90s, I believe. I really should have researched that more. Anyways, yeah, the Reign of Superman. Uh, a classic game, Friday the 13th for NES. Hard as nails. I've never personally beat it, but I've seen people who have. Seemed really boring after a certain point, but I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan. I do own the game. And this is the only NECA figure I don't have of Jason. Well, they made some cloth ones. And, well, on my budget, they're just not going to happen. Anyways, this one came out, and yeah, current price point is way too high, so I'm hoping they do a re-release. Sorry, I tend to trip over my own tongue a lot, as you know. That's why I usually don't get in front of the camera. Makes me nervous. Anyways, he's in the classic NES colors, and really cool. Doom guy. Who doesn't love the classic game Doom? I remember when it first came out, that suddenly that people they started putting like bans on it, like you can't have this, you can't have this. My mother, who got me into gaming, Immediately went out and found a copy because she's like, nobody's going to tell me what I can and can't play. She played the crap out of that game. So I do want this figure more as a memorial to her. I got a bronze one, but it looks bad. Doom Guy needs to be green. Of course, they also make a nice helmet. That would be awesome too, but ain't got the juice to drop on that. And the figure just looks awesome. Look cool right next to Master Chief or any of them. After all these years, Doom Guy still rocks. Uh, 4 classics, Masters of the Universe. These are the only four that I need to complete my original collection. Well, besides the Twistors, but they're so damn expensive that I ain't even putting them on my list. But most of my Masters of the Universe originals, as you know, I collect mostly pre-owned figures, and most of them are not in good shape. But it shows me that somebody enjoyed them at one point. And these four, the last four, I need, which means some of mine are very rough, like falling apart rough. I just glue them together because they look good. And these four, of course, you got the Sorceress, Snake Face, which you'd think wouldn't be so hard to find, but for some reason is. Scareglow, which for some reason everybody finds very popular now. I mean, $60 for a bare bone version. I'm bare bone. Pun unintended. Version. And I think even that has gone way up since then. And I think his name is Sauron from the Master Universe movie. Very briefly, and it looked really cool. And of course, because he looked really cool, they had to kill him off pretty quick. Man, that movie was a disappointment. I'm hoping they finally make one that. I'm rambling now. Anyways, these are the four I need to complete my collection, so then I wouldn't need any more. Heck, my Panther doesn't even have fur anymore. Anyways, I'm rambling again. Moving on. John Matrix from Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie Commando. I love that movie. It's one of my favorites. Back when action movies just didn't have to make sense. I mean, some of the things he did made no sense at all, like throwing a saw blade and cutting top someone's head off and it just being pink. That was just weird. Firing 9,000 rounds from a handgun, it was normal back in the 80s. Yes, it was violent, but those of us who grew up in that time knew what was real and what wasn't. Anywho, I had this figure when I was younger. It was a gift from a friend of mine named Chuck Hooper. Hey, Chucky, if you're out there anywhere, drop me a line on Facebook. It's been a while. Since like 5th grade. And I'm 45 now. Anyways, moving on. It's a cool looking figure. What I really want, though, is the comic book. And the little comic book in the back. Yeah. It's probably just nostalgia thinking about it, but, still. It's a cool figure, and, of course, it's Arnold. Badass Arnold. Not some of the latest Arnold movies, no. Okay, now this figure is a recent one. Well, recent. Not that old, shall I say. It was I believe it was a convention exclusive, maybe? Anyways, Containment Suit Doom. Stay. As you know, as I said before, the life and death of Superman was one of my favorite story arcs. And this character is one of my favorite characters. One of the few actual Build-A-Figures I purchased was the 52 Doom, but it just doesn't have the same feel. And I've always wanted one with him in his containment suit, because they just don't make those. And this one it's pricey. Yeah, so I'll never see it, but it's a beautiful figure. Nice. Ah, Decomposed from the Inhumanoids line. I've always wanted this figure since I first saw it as a little kid. It's roughly dinosaur shaped and made of hollow plastic, so it's not really durable. But just the memories attached to that, waking up early to watch the cartoon and Decomposed turning people into zombies, and it's just one of those childhood things. Like some of the other ones I've wanted was the V character. I finally managed to track one of them down. It's horribly shaped, but it's a representation. And this is one of my grails. Some more recent figures from the Batman Nightfall, Night Quest, the breaking of the Bat storyline. Well, it's my second favorite storyline. It's just awesome. And these two are the, representations of the Night Quest Batman. Well, Nightfall and Night Quest. I have some of the badly made ones. I mean, for some reason, one of them's red. I don't get that. But these two better represent both of those ones. That would be awesome on the shelf. Not going to happen, but it would be awesome on the shelf. I mean, just the look of the armor and the detailing. And of course, Batman comes back and just whoops his butt. Still, someday. Maybe I'll find one at a yard sale. Doubt it, but there's always hope. One of my other holy grails that I will never buy. The Cobra Terradrome with Firebat from G.I. Joe. I've always wanted a large playset to display my figures. I have a lot of G.I. Joes that I've had to rebuild. Let's call it rebuilding. New arms, new legs, new O-rings, things like that. Pieces I picked up from other figures that paint. And I've always, like I said, I've always wanted a display unit to show them all off, and that's the Terradrome. One of the reasons I probably would never get one, besides the low price, would be the fact that I just have no place to put it. I mean, I would make room if I had one, but the thing is huge. But the possibilities. And that was the 10 figures or sets of figures. Kind of snuck that in there. Yeah. That I would consider necessary to, if I had those, I would just consider my collection complete. But I know I will never probably ever see a single one of those because, Poe. Working retail does not help being an action figure collector. But, and plus with the new shows around, everybody saying how much older vintage things. Vintage. My childhood is now vintage. Anyways, yeah, people are now too eager to try to make a buck off broken toys. Like, oh no, that's old. That's an old G.I. Joe, but it doesn't have both arms. It's got a broken O-ring. Yeah, but you can replace those. Yeah, it kind of hurts the value. It's like writing the price down on a comic book cover. I've seen them do that in antique stores. And like, you just screwed over the price. But they don't care. Greed kills every hobby eventually. Comic books, card collecting, action figures are next. Anyway, sorry for becoming a Debbie Downer right there. And thank you for watching. What are your grails? What would you need to consider your collection complete? Leave me a comment down below. Like, share, and subscribe to this video. Still trying to get me that there YouTube button, though I only have 18 subscribers. I'm sure people want to subscribe. But I mainly do this just as an outlet for my own stress and to try to get over my anxiety of being on camera. So, y'all have a nice night. Collect strength. Tripping over my own tongue like I usually do. Happy hunting. Double D out.